Today's video, we're going to take a look at the V6 Audi Q5 versus the 4-cylinder Audi Q5. Both of these cars are finished off in identical specs. We'll go over a few of the differences on the exterior and then hop inside to the interior to see what they look like and then drive them all to see which one is the better fit. So right here is the V6 model. We do get parking sensors up front, and then what you'll notice in the front bumper, you get the honeycomb mesh design near the fog lights, a little bit of an aggressive lip down low. And then as we make our way to the 4-cylinder, you can see how the fog light bezels are a little bit different looking. Rather than the mesh, you just have the slots, and then you don't get the same front lip down low. Kind of a subtle difference, but of course looking at it, the V6 S-Line is a little bit more aggressive looking. Both of these do have the same wheels. Both of these cars do have the roof racks. You can see what they look like with them on the car and off the car. Very functional and stylish as well. We also have power liftgates on both cars. And then as we come to the rear, parking sensors and backup cameras. This is just a very simple body colored rear diffuser. You can get a good look at how that looks. And then as we come over to the V6 model, the S-Line, we get that same honeycomb design with a two-tone color in it. So a little bit more aggressive on the V6 S-Line than the 4-cylinder. Then real quick, we'll show you what the rear ends look like in these cars. Just pressing the button. So you can see the roof rack sitting in here. But a lot of space, fold down seats and everything like that. And then making our way to the interiors. The only difference, this V6 model has a matte finish on the wood grain trim. Gives it a really stylish look. It looks like natural wood. So we have a two-tone gray leather interior, the lighter gray along the seats. And this car has 50,000 miles on it. The leather is in beautiful condition. These Audis are really built to last. Really high quality materials in them. So you can see more of the matte wood. Then, as we hop on in the 4-cylinder, the only difference you're going to notice is the gloss wood trim. Exact same color combos and everything. This one has about 18,000 miles. You can see how the leather on both cars are in the same condition just because the Audi leather just lasts so long. So you can get a good look at the gloss. You also notice the 4-cylinder has some chrome trim along the door handles and the lower side skirts, giving this one a little bit more luxury look, while the S-Line V6 has a little bit more sporty look. Why don't we go ahead and take these things for a spin and see if you're torn between which Q5 do you want. Do you get the V6 with a supercharged engine or the 4-cylinder with a turbocharged engine? So we're going to start the test drives off in the V6 model. The only real difference is the matte wood, you can tell. So with this, we're going to go ahead and get onto the highway. Now it's a rainy day, and one thing that we really love about the Audis, the Quattro all-wheel drive system is a very safe all-wheel drive system. So it does a really good job keeping you safe in these types of conditions. So getting up to speed is very important. Let's just do a nice acceleration. The supercharged V6 kicks right in. And just like that, we are right with the flow of traffic with plenty of runway to go. Very good visibility, easy to see over my left shoulder to merge into the lane. And then one thing really nice, the blind spot monitoring, which you may or may not see once we get some more traffic, but that'll pop right up. So yeah, with the V6, this thing gets about 26 miles per gallon on the highway, which is really good for any type of SUV. Of course, the 4-cylinder is going to get a little bit better MPG, but with this you do have that extra bit of power. But when I pass the car, you can see the blind spot alert. That'll pop up in just a second. So you can see the yellow illumination. Very easy to see out of the corner of your eyes. So then just cruising now on the highway, you know, these things are very comfortable. The suspension absorbs a lot of the bumps and it's a pretty quiet ride. But I like how the center armrest slides forward to give you a really good armrest. And then overall, just driving in the V6, it's a comfortable, easy car to drive. Coming to a stop now, brakes do a very good job. But yeah, that is the V6 model. We'll hop in the 4-cylinder in just a second. But a rainy day is definitely pretty good to test out these cars. You can see the overall visibility and view out. Really easy configuration and everything. So what's going to make you want the Q5 with the V6 engine? This one is kind of in the middle. You can actually opt for a hybrid. We've had a few of those in the past. But this model, it's not quite as peppy as the SQ5. It's the same engine, slightly detuned though. This still has the same 8-speed automatic transmission. So it does a really good job utilizing the power that it has. But this car just gives you that extra pep you want just to really get you up to speed, and you can have a little bit of fun with it as well. Of course, you also get the little bit more aggressive front and rear bumpers. and then the matte wood finish versus the gloss. So this one, if you do want just that extra bit of power without sacrificing fuel efficiency, the V6 is definitely the one you're going to want to pick up. So we're now in the 4-cylinder version of the Q5. Might be a little bit harder to tell though. We do have the gloss wood grain trim. So now we're going to get on the highway and do the same type of acceleration, get up to the speed. So we'll give it some gas now. The turbo kicks in a lot lower, and already we're about up to speed right now, right with the flow of traffic. Still have plenty of on-ramp to go. So with that, it's noticeably a little bit slower in the top end of the revs. It does have a little bit more power down low, it feels. I feel like the turbo just kind of kicks in instantly. However, in the V6, of course, being a larger engine, in the higher revs, you do get a little bit more power. But just like you saw, we obviously got right up to speed with no issues. And then as we're on the highway, even when you do need to accelerate to pass a car or anything, just giving it a little bit of gas, the car downshifts and gets right up. So you're really not sacrificing any power. This one gets about 2 miles per gallon better in the highway and in the city. So it's not the biggest difference, but it is still pretty noticeable. And then the power wise, I would say you get just a little bit more low end power. And then in the top end is when it falls a little bit flat compared to the V6. So then why would you get the 4-cylinder versus the V6? What's the biggest difference? Honestly, they're both very similar to where it's not that big of a difference. I would say that if you live a little bit more in a smaller city where there's more stop and go traffic, not as much highway versus the in-town driving, I would say go for the 4-cylinder turbo, because you're going to get a little bit better gas mileage, which is good. And then being that it has a turbo engine, it has the down low power just to get up and go. So it has that low end pep. The V6, I would say if you do have a little bit more highway commuting, go for that one. You have a little bit more top end in the engine. So merging on the highway, passing traffic, getting on the on-ramp, you have that extra engine to really get you up and going. But honestly, they're both really similar. Both are fantastic cars. We get a ton of the Audi Q5s, really hard car to argue with. And then if you do want even more performance, we do have some SQ5s in stock, and we're always getting more of them. But that car just has everything you need as far as a performance car. And if you do want a little bit better efficiency, go for the hybrid. We get a few of those in stock as well. We can always find one, but the hybrid, of course, is even better efficiency, and you can drive in full EV mode, which is very fun. But that is about it for a test drive comparison between the V6 and the 4-cylinder Audi Q5. Which one is best for you? Why don't you come in, test drive the two, see which one fits your lifestyle better. Honestly, both though are fantastic cars. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Audi Q5 is definitely an awesome SUV. You should definitely check it out. Subscribe to stay tuned for more videos of our inventory. Check out our website to see these two cars in better detail. We'll see you all next video.